My name is Gustav Almqvist.
My name is Mars Holte.
My name is John Kärki.
Hi, I'm Martin Kessler.
The unique Baltic Sea. Here you find both freshwater and marine fish species, urban areas and pristine landscapes. Sandy beaches and historic cities in the south and in the center, one of the largest and most complex archipelagos in the world. There are several challenges facing the sea: eutrophication, commercial overfishing, loss of suitable fish habitats in rivers at coast and sea. Human activities have resulted in algal blooms, dead bottom zones, large number of seals and cormorants, which affect the coastal fish assembly. Dams and man-made obstacles cut off natural migration routes for coastal fish that reproduce in rivers. The result is weakened population of coastal fish. Yet, in recent years, several things have been changing for the better. The RETROUT project is a part of this change. We strive to improve the environment for coastal fish, with a focus on river restorations. At the same time, we have created a network of fishing guides working for sustainable fishing tourism. 5 fishing destinations in 5 countries have been established, all with the same code of conduct, under the brand Baltic Sea Fishing. This is a film about RETROUT and the sport fishing cooperation Baltic Sea Fishing. Welcome.
Today we are here in Vitsån, south of Stockholm, to show a really successful restoration work of the river. And we find all this trout here. So what better way is that to show that? And we are doing that together with the real pro on this matter when it comes to river restoration and actually trout fishing, John Kärki from Sportfiskarna. So I'm very honored to be working with him today and in this project.
I'm really glad to take Gustav Almqvist out to my office, and we're gonna do some monitoring work with electrofishing to see the result of a good restoration down here.
Okay.
Quite
Quite excited actually to see what's here.
Let's see if we can find some trout.
Yeah. Oops, already.
Oh, a yearling.
A yearling.
Really nice.
Ah,
A
one
yearling.
more.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, double.
Here's a yearling and a 1-year-old trout.
Wow.
Really beautiful trout. This is a treasure. The trout in the stream.
Yeah.
The focus in this project has been on 13 coastal rivers in Sweden, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, and Poland. River environments have been restored to more natural conditions, and fish passes at dams have been built. Experience from these projects will smooth and accelerate similar activities throughout the whole region.
Vitsån is one of the most important creeks around Stockholm. 5 years ago, we removed a dam down near the sea, and we also have made some habitat improvements upstream, all the way up to Tungelsta, 15 kilometers from here. And now we have trout all along in this river, so it's really fun to see. And we're gonna keep up the work and making more spawning grounds and more places for the fish to be. So I'm really glad to be here today and show you all the work. Here's a 1-year-old trout.
So you say that in 5 years there's been an increase in about 500%.
Yeah,
in this creek?
probably.
Yeah.
Around 500%, maybe more. The improvement on the stretch was last year. So it's not 5 years with a good habitat with spawning, gravel and boulders.
Yeah.
So it's just after 1 year we can
So
see.
we don't actually know the potential of this stretch.
No.
Of course, you can count, you can calculate,
Yeah.
and see that must be some kind of maximum. But that's yeah.
But in like 5 years, these ones are up and spawning here.
Yeah.
So,
Best part of being part of this project is that working for something positive, to make a change for the better. And that's actually something that I missed before. I've been working quite a lot with environment in the Baltic Sea, region, and I'm a marine biologist myself, and I've been working mostly with commercial fisheries, which has been quite, if I'm frank, it's quite much of a negative trend. And now we can together work on something positive to improve things, and that's just wonderful.
The life cycle of sea trout resembles the one of salmon, and sea trout migrates up in rivers in the autumn to spawn. The young spend 1 to 4 years in the rivers and then migrate to the sea, where they feed and grow rapidly. After some years, they return to the same stream that they were born in to reproduce. That is why improvement of rivers directly benefits sport fishing tourism for sea trout along the Baltic coasts. Across the sea from Sweden and Lithuania, great improvements have been made to support migrating fish stocks, good fishing, and fishing tourism.
Within the RETROUT project, we implemented the Smeltale River Restoration Project, and 2 measures were foreseen and successfully implemented in 2019. One of the measures were recultivation of bioponds or wetland system, which act like a natural wetland and removes excessive nutrients, nitrogen and phosphorus, so improving the water quality of the stream, and fish of course benefit from this measure. So the many different things were done in recultivation system. About 3,000 cubic meters of muddy sediments were removed, also territory cleared from bushes and trees, and artificial weirs were restored, and so on. So we believe that this will improve water quality in Smeltale river system, and so will create better conditions for salmonid fish. The other measure was here in this park. It was restoration or establishment of spawning habitats and juvenile rearing habitats, and three sections 50 meters each was created by adding gravel, stones, logs, and we can proudly say that probably we can understand the behavior and requirements by sea trout females for spawning, because in our newly built habitats, 13 nests were built in first autumn. So it was very successful. We actually didn't expect this, and till now we monitor efficiency of the habitats, emergence of fry, which we are doing now, counting how many viable small fishes are emerging from nest. If this system or this habitat structure will prove efficient, we believe this could be applied at much wider scale in other streams, from small ones to bigger ones.
Well, we're doing this film because we want to show the importance of connecting environmental work and fishing tourism, and of course what we have done in this project. It can be a really big one here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's deep, and we have quite fast water, but probably we can find some bigger fish under the log over there.
I was wondering, is this net big enough? If we catch one.
Yeah.
Okay.
For the yearlings.
For the yearlings it is.
Look at this, and look at the color of.
Yeah.
It's more clay here.
Yeah.
So they get a lighter color.
Yeah.
Instead of if they're standing in beside a rock, a dark rock or something.
Yeah, or if it was less turbid water, if it was cleaner water.
Yeah.
Then it would have been darker, right?
Yeah. They can change color for in a minute. If you take them from a light area to a darker area.
Yeah.
Hold it tight.
Whoa. Okay.
This is a trout. This is a trout.
Okay. Well, that was a trout.
Thank you, trout.
Oh.
It's amazing. It was a dam here.
Yeah.
Now we have trout.
Big one.
A big one.
Was that a female?
Yeah, it was a female.
Female, larger female?
Yeah, it was a sea trout. That was not a resident trout.
No.
The first one was a resident trout. So, well, they are migrating up for spawning.
Yeah.
So I think we should let them spawn now.
Yeah, we should.
Let's go out upstream and see if we can see some spawning fish.
Okay, yeah.
It's in the
now we know that they are here.
Yeah.
That's definitely.
Good man.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, look.
Yeah, I see them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a 50 centimeter. We need to protect these areas and remake more of these areas.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
every creek counts if we want big populations of sea trout.
Yeah. How long time do they utilize the yolk sac before they start to feed themselves? It's a matter of a week, or is it?
It's all about the temperature in the water, but around 2 to 4 weeks.
They start is that long?
Yeah.
Imagine.
I'm so glad that you can see this.
Yeah.
This is what it's all about. Restoration work, and we get more fish.
Yeah.
It's easy.
It's easy. So next time, let's meet out in the sea and fish for them.
Yeah, let's fish during the winter for some trout.
Yeah.
For some chromers.
Now we're out fishing for sea trout, doing what we like to do the most. And actually, last time we were in the creek, we saw the spawning trout. Now we are fishing for them here in this beautiful coast. It's actually late November, but it's quite warm. And we're out here with Peter Guide, who is a professional fishing guide, specialized in sea trout this time of the year. And this is his home turf. And he's also a part of the RETROUT project.
You know, I think that the fishing tourists here in Stockholm, or all around the Baltic actually, I think it's very important, because I think that's a way of, you know, exploring the nature, and still having some fun, but also protecting the fish. you know? So you're doing something good, but you're still doing something you love. So that's like the perfect mix.
Yeah, fish on,
Fish on, fish on.
Fish on!
Big fish, big fish.
Yes.
It's a big fish. Yeah,
Nice!
it's a big one.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a nice fish.
Yeah, it's a nice
It's a
fish.
nice fish.
I grab it.
Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Oof. So strong now when it's
Yeah,
warm.
they are really.
Wow!
Yeah, that's definitely
Ready?
a nail.
I push it, I push it.
Yeah, perfect. Nice!
Yes.
Nice, John!
Good work.
Trout! Trout! Oh, it's a wild one. It's a wild one.
Yeah, it's a wild
It's
one.
It's a wild one.
okay.
Yeah, this is actually from the
It's from one of the creeks.
Yeah, it's one of yours.
Yeah.
It's your baby.
So this is the result of really good river restoration, right?
Yeah. But they are so strong, the wild ones.
Yeah.
It's
Really?
Yeah.
The core of the RETROUT project.
Yeah.
This correlation between fishing and fishing tourism and the restoration of rivers. Yeah.
And also this, that we work with, you know, probably 90% catch and release. So when we release this fish, this will go up again. So next year it will be up in the creek again, making new babies.
Yeah.
So we're not actually exploring the nature in that way. So
And
we're
especially-
borrowing the nature.
Yeah, it's sustainable.
Especially since you handle it so carefully and sensible. So it's really it's a matter of how you do it with a professional guide as well.
Catch and release is just one of the components forming the Baltic Sea Fishing Ethical Code. The main goal is to improve the conditions for coastal fish to reproduce and thrive, and thereby provide the basis for sustainable and high-quality fishing experiences. This is blue growth in practice, that is sustainable growth in the marine and maritime sectors. This will support not only fishing tourism, but also the 10 million anglers forming the sport fishing community in the region, and the economy associated with these activities.
So in the spring, before the pandemic, we were in Italy, taking part in a sport fishing fair in Vicenza.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's great.
it was great. But it was also the first opportunity for you to meet the other fishing guides that are in the project.
Yeah, and I mean that was because we have you know, talked a lot about them, and we maybe talked to one or two of them before, but you haven't met them, so you don't have any picture of it. And actually, before we met them, you know, face to face, it felt like we had kind of different you know, approach to the fishing. But then when we met them, it felt like no, we have the same values, and they were fishermen, just like, you know, all the fishermen have the same thoughts about the fishing. So it felt really great. I think that was a good lesson actually for me. And I think the root of this project is not actually sport fishing or you know, all of this kind of stuff. It's actually trying to get the sustainable fishing.
Yeah, exactly.
Even though it's sport fishing or whatever fishing, you know, that we have taken care of the nature instead, you know, and then we can enjoy the nature and all its assets instead of like destroying them. So we have to have a new trend, you know, like an eco trend on the fishing.
These habitats, they are really unique and really important for the coastal fish. If you look at the Baltic Sea, that's quite unique that we still have this nature, that we still have this landscape mixed with so we have the archipelago here, we have the sandy beaches in the southern parts, and we have really remote and still very natural areas.
Yeah. And an open coast also. You know, it's allowed to people to go here.
Exactly.
I mean
exactly.
here is
the availability.
A lot of the places in the Baltic is the same.
Yeah.
Fishing guides within the Baltic Sea Fishing Cooperation work all year long. Sea trout is mainly fished for during autumn, winter and fall. During other seasons, both pike and perch fishing can be very rewarding. And John had the opportunity to hit the right day for perch fishing.
I think we're now facing a crossroad when it comes to managing the Baltic Sea in a sound way. And we cannot do this without collaboration, not only between countries, but also between people from different disciplines and now different professions. And that's what we're doing here in the RETROUT project. We need to take it one step further to actually say that this is the economy that's really, really important for the Baltic Sea, and which should be also taken into account more when we talk about management of the Baltic Sea.
And for the one who wants some extra challenge, fly fishing for perch and pike can be especially exciting.
Yeah. Ooh. Ooh.
Better?
Oh,
That's better?
that's a better. This is a better perch. This is a beautiful archipelago perch. Super beautiful perch. What a start.
Yes. Sometimes it's too easy.
Yeah. But I mean, that's a good fish.
Yeah. And I think, you know, these are in schools, so
Yeah.
I think we have a good chance of catching more of these.
Yeah. Fish,
Yes.
big fish,
Oh,
big
that's
fish.
a pike. That's
Oh,
definitely
it's a
fine.
good
That's a
pike.
nice one.
It's a good pike.
Oh, I have some perch.
Yeah, fish.
Yes.
Oof.
Yes, that's a fish. Yeah, man.
Oh, it's a big perch.
Yes.
It's a really big perch. Yeah, it's a really nice perch. Look at that.
Yes.
This is a really
Nice.
big one. And the other guides in the other countries, are they fishing perch with fly rod too, or do they have this perch fishing like we have in the
they-
base?
Yeah, they have. They
Yeah.
have a lot of good both perch and pike fishing actually.
Yeah.
You think that like the coastal countries mostly fish for like sea trout or sea
Yeah.
based, but they also fish like in the like we have. They don't have an archipelago; they have lakes, you know, with rivers coming out and stuff.
Yeah.
So they fish the mouths of the rivers and stuff.
Yeah, so they are in the inland more than the coast.
No, they're on the coast.
Yeah,
but they
okay,
have
okay.
like, you know, river mouths and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
So it's
okay,
almost like an archipelago. So you have like the perch and pike and really good fishing.
Yeah, cool.
Better than I knew actually.
I hear that Estonia have big trouts, really big trouts
Yeah.
at the coastline.
Yeah.
Estonia is famous for its excellent sea trout fishing, its many rivers and streams, and wonderful landscape where tall pine forests grow next to the cobbled open coast.
Hi, I'm Martin Kessler. I'm a fish biologist and I work in the Estonian Marine Institute. And all sea trout need rivers to spawn. And historically, all North Estonian rivers have been really good sea trout and salmon rivers. However, throughout time, man has built many dams and weirs for various reasons, and those dams have been blocking access of fish to their spawning grounds. Today we are on river Valgejõgi on Kotka dam site, and this dam was built in the 50s. It operated as a hydropower station for about 10 years, and after that it has no function, but it has remained migration obstacle for sea trout. Most of the dam is gone, but this 1 meter high drop is still a problem for the fish. And in this RETROUT project, we work on 6 sites to make rivers accessible for sea trout again, so that there would be more sea trout around to be fished. The reason sea trout is so attractive recreational fish species is that most of the year the sea trout lives very close to the shore. Estonia is the only country in the Baltic area that is not releasing any sea trout, and all the fish in the coast are wild and originate mostly from our own rivers. That's why this region is most unique in the Baltic Sea area.
And I think also like a fishing guide. I mean, you're like a governor of fishing.
Yeah.
I mean, so if I say, tell the people I always catch and release, a lot of people are going to follow me and also do catch and release because they think that okay, he knows what he's doing and why.
Yeah.
So you're like an ambassador a little bit of fishing.
Of course,
when you're a fishing guide.
That's really important.
Yeah, and I think so. So if you have a good ethnical code, like we have in the Baltic Sea fishing project, it's going to be like rings on the water. If we help the fish, then we're going to help ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's the main reason, and I think that's why I joined the RETROUT project.
Although different in nature, the RETROUT fishing destinations all have pristine and unique environment. In Latvia and the Kurtsime region, exciting fish can be found in rivers, lakes, as well as along the coast.
My name is Mars Solte. I'm a ichthyologist, and for a few years I'm an ambassador of Fish Migration Day in Latvia. That's my destination here. And in RETROUT, I am one of the few Latvian guides who allow the information and who are ready to go with some foreigners through the Latvian jungles. And my job and my interests are of raising awareness of fish migration, water life, how it happens, ecology, all those things which does not bother normal people here around. So I'm kind of water freak here. If we are going to fish and then during one day it used to catch some 2, 3, 5 fishes, it looks quite normal. So we sometimes do not estimate our rivers as a very good destination as they are, because we do think about fishes, sizes, but nature itself, it's very beautiful here. And it's very different from Lithuania, Estonia. It's kind of beautiful. So come and see. I can tell you about RETROUT possibilities here. We see it as a possibility of raising awareness. Okay, we have a lot of old dams and we need to do something about them. Riva Dam is behind me. It will be first dam to be removed in Kurtsime region. Kurtsime is old and beautiful state. It used to be independent some 400 years ago, but it is still this feeling of freshness and good resources of nature. You can feel it on trees, you can feel it on old buildings, you can feel it also on the catches, on a river, on the fishes, how it looks like, how they do behave. Baltic is a small region, and we cannot separate Estonia or Lithuania from Latvia. As a tourist destination, we are one destination, which is kind of different between countries. Every country has some small differences in catching fish or understanding the waters or on a character of waters. So I think RETROUT is a good opportunity to make it civilized, to make this possible flow of the fishermen, tourists, to be organized, to be sorted, and to be satisfied.
I think we have only started to work on the real important stuff that we should continue to work with together. But it's more than an embryo, definitely. I mean, one of the main results that we have accomplished is this web portal, the Baltic Sea Fishing, which is established.
Around 30 fishing guides are listed at the Baltic Sea Fishing web portal, where there are also information about fishing packages, the Baltic Sea fish species, and what the Baltic Sea Fishing Ethical Code stands for.
My name is Marcin Kalinowski. I represent Maritime Institute of Gdynia Maritime University, as well RETROUT project on behalf of Polish partners. Development potential for tourism angling in Poland, especially in Puck Bay and Gulf of Gdańsk, is very promising.
Outside the sandy beaches of the Polish coastline, fishing guides offer sea-based salmon fishing only with a few counterparts worldwide. Salmons of 20 kilos or more are caught on regular basis. In the Reda River that mouth in the Puck Bay, Gulf of Gdańsk, a new and modern fish pass will be constructed. Here we see the dam which currently prevent migrating fish to reach spawning areas upstream the river. The future construction of a modern fish pass would not have been possible without the RETROUT toolbox for river restoration at hand.
We should promote understanding that daily human activities on land have a vital impact on resources on the sea areas.
To support us in his work that we do together, in this extremely important collaboration between fishing destinations in different countries and people of different professions, is actually to come here and join us and fish, and preferably by using one of our fishing guides. So, most welcome everybody.